black and you white, we different. That's true, but that ain't a reason to cross the street of blast fools. More melanin mean that he pulling the jack move, clutching your purse cause he darker than cashew.
Why'd you choose George Washington? Because G-Dub got money.
Because I thought that was going to be a little overwhelming.
What, Howard?
Yeah.
Why?
Just like too many black people all the time.
What's too many black people?
I feel the same.
I mean...
right.
We like didn't have any rules. Like we had co-ed dorm rooms. Most of the dorms had private bathrooms in every dorm. We had a cleaning lady that came freshman year because I guess they assume you don't know how to pick up after yourself when you're 18 years old. If you're used to your mom doing it or something. And from sophomore year on, everyone had a kitchen in their room. I know that a lot of places don't have that.
It's like, well, at Northwestern, I only use mine, we chose to go through a specific type of struggle. And so, whereas we didn't have a campus full of people that looked like us, well, we got threats, we got different types of names, we got professors that would intentionally not help us. So, in that case, we were actually struggling a little bit harder, and it's going to resonate when you graduate and you have no love for your university and no ties.
My experience was also kind of all over the place. It started off a little rough, and I too considered transferring just because I think being at Howard and then also being in DC was a huge culture shock for me. And it wasn't until probably junior or senior year that I really started to kind of appreciate the experience that Howard afforded me.
TSU is a very different HBCU than Howard is. So we didn't have that many courses, that many resources, that many people working at our school to help us move forward. So as a communications major, I definitely had to outsource, and I was only a sophomore. So I went and got me a hurry up and got me an internship before most seniors did too. I took the senior class for an internship my junior year because I already had one already.
Just because there are resources there, that doesn't always mean we got access to them. It's just like the U.S. We there and we're fighting for those same resources. So I had people there like every summer like, fuck, I'm worse off at Northwestern than I would have been at the crib. I'm getting F's because my professor's in here like, you should drop this class. I'm not gonna help you. You know, discouraging students. And so I think that the money's there, but we're still facing that discrimination. So 81 black students out of 2,000. We have one house on campus dedicated to black resources and people that look like us, people that are going to help guide us. You have resources where the white frat houses have legacies of test papers that are handed down, and their parents are coming back, and we're just in there struggling, getting C's and D's and F's, and you like, ain't nobody talking to you, and everybody looking at you like,
I don't have that experience because I mean, we help each
students
other.
are getting, and black students are getting kicked out for cheating, and white students are cheating, and it's just like, so that's where I want to keep it real and understanding that it's a struggle. I just think that HBCUs, when you go there, you have to understand that when they were created because that's where the leading researchers and faculty were going in the research, and that's just not the case anymore. So I think they're just not providing you the standard they should be reaching, whereas the PWIs in the resource category, they're there, but accessibility is not always, you know, available to us.
The resources are literally limited because of the physical resources that we receive at the university. And so with that notion being said, why aren't we as a community, regardless of if you went to a PWI or a HBCU, like financially sewing back into your university so that you can have these resources?
You're asking people who come from low-income neighborhoods who are now at a position to be successful and who have made it to a certain extent to start giving significant amounts of their income back to a place that they're not quite sure why they would be giving it back, right? You also have to think about this. Harvard has a 200-year head start, right? So in terms of, like, so white folks ain't giving to Harvard in the same way. Like, and if somebody gives $1 million to Harvard, they've got 50 million in the bank, right? So like, we have to think that what they're giving is a drop in the bucket.
For those who are state funded, be involved in the political process so that the HBCUs can get more funding. Because yes, we can bring in our own dollar as well, but at the same time, what we're saying is that we don't have enough resources, and a lot of those state-funded schools are coming from state funds. So, you
want to know why they were most successful in the 40s? Because we fucking lived together. Like, we don't live together now. Like, middle class folk with the niggas who might rob your ass. And teach the folks who might rob your ass how to live better. If we really could do that, do y'all, like, all this HBCU shit would be cleared up so fucking quick, because black folk would be giving back to HBCUs because we'd have money to do so, and we wouldn't think of it as sacrifice.
I don't think we should be giving our money to PWIs at all. That's just my opinion.
I agree.
I don't think that's gonna like benefit your kid or your child or anything like that, or anyone that looks like you, for real, for real.
And send your kids to play ball
I
then.
think that's short-sighted. I think that strategically, unless we do it as a mass movement, I think it's short-sighted. At the end of the day, if only one person or a few people is doing it, Northwestern's not going to stop being that machine, not going to stop having those resources, and so some students going to still.
Stop Northwestern.
No,
HBCU.
But some student is still trying to go there. So again, if it's not a mass thing and it's done strategically, I think one off, we need to continue supporting it.
To respect each other's experiences. I don't look at any of my friends who went to HBCUs as lesser or, you know, less experienced or less prepared or less anything, and I don't look at my friends who went to PWIs as better or worse or anything.
I think we should educate our high schoolers, the ones that are going to college, because like I said before, I was in a diverse environment, so I didn't actually understand what an HBCU was until I got there, or what a PWI was until I got to HBCU and heard what a PWI was.
take that Black Friday money and more so put it towards maybe an initiative like you guys were saying, picking an HBCU, or I don't know, saying, hey, this month instead of doing Black Friday, just boycotting it, picking an HBCU or whatever the case is to give back. I would put my money there.
The first suggestions I would make is we need to be reminded why we're getting educated. I don't think we have, aside from getting a job, I don't think we're like always clear on that. The other thing is we need to live together, and we need to think together. Live with the folks who you say you care about and who you say you're connected to, and think with those folks. And by think, I also mean train them. I mean engage with them, be there with them in a way to where everybody is literally becoming contributors to a particular community. We do those three things, the state of black education will change itself.
I just wanted to ask you what you meant by controlling, and what is that?
Controlling.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. Controlling. You can't go to Joe's house. Why are you wearing that top? That's too short.
Oh, why you go to Joe's house?